Welcome back to 31 Days of Craftoween. I am just trying to melt a little bit around the rim of this weird hole in the candle. Note to any candle makers out there, you probably already know this, but please put more than one wick in a candle this size. Okay, enough messing around with a candle. So it is time for day 30 and then day 31 of Craftoween for 2025. So this will be our last 2 days of crafting for October of this year, but not forever. If you're usually here at this channel for bookish content and you've been watching any of the crafting videos, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching, even though you might have joined for the bookish stuff. We'll be back to the regular trade-off between books and crafting very soon. Let's go ahead and move this guy out of the way and go to the advent calendar to get the prompts for day 30. Okay, let's start with our purple Halloween word. Mysterious. Why did I put so many adjectives in the Halloween words? Oh well, okay. Orange junk journaling word. Typography. Okay. And supply or tool, X-Acto knife. I have an X-Acto knife right here. And I was thinking it's been a while since we did anything with the blue steampunk Halloween stuff. I will be doing a full journal of blue steampunk Halloween, but I'm using these misprints, things that were printed wrong on the other side, etc. for this one. Do we have any of these that seem mysterious? Maybe this raven on a grave. All right, I think our strongest contenders for mysterious are one of these three. And we need to do something with an X-Acto knife, and we need to, what was the other one? I've already forgot. Typography, something with typography. Let's eliminate the raven. I want to do one of the people. I've already used this one in slightly smaller size on a different page, so maybe let's go with this guy. Or girl. Is it a guy or a girl? Or does it matter? It's a them. The woodwick candle is making the weirdest squeaking sound. You probably can't hear it, but it's entertaining me. All right, let's start by picking a spot for this. We have a few pages still, actually more than a few, that can use some work. So we'll just start flipping through pages and see what we think. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. That squealing noise sounds so funny. Yeah, yeah, ding dong. Come, come on, baby, we can get love on. Yeah, yeah, ding dong. I really like the idea of putting this person near this page. I also don't want to cover up this death head moth. Let's go back to this side. We can cover up this, we can cover up the graveyard, maybe, or we can cover up this greenhouse and have it next to the back side of this paper. I don't know. Is that for sure what I want to do? Let's stick an index card in here and we'll keep looking. This might be a good one because we just have the orange on the other side, and I don't really like this page. Ugh, that page. This one, I struggled with. Okay, do we like it opposite the coffee dye paper or opposite the orange? I think the orange. Let's do this page. Then we don't have to worry about the other one and like, yeah, let's do this one. Let's take the X-Acto knife and use it to cut out around this. So we're gonna remove this space here and this space up here. That will mean we'll need to cover the page with something where these empty spaces will be, so we don't have that teal peeking out, but that's not a problem. And yeah, we need to use the X-Acto knife anyway, so let's just go for it. Okay, so we've done our cutting, and so you see how we still have some of the original page here. I don't want this teal color, so I have a selection of old book pages, sheet music, etc. And since we have to do something with typography, it might be good to use sheet music that doesn't have words on it, since, you know, we're gonna have to use words in the other part. So let's do this. We only need that to about here, so we can use the rest to help us in the top corner. Use a little fold and tear. Now the big question is, do we want to do any stenciling on the sheet music before we glue down our person? What stencils do I have handy? I have some circles. I have this grid. I have wavy lines. These other kind of wavy lines and splatters. I really want to do the circles because we have circles up here with the clockwork, and or the cogs, or whatever we want to call them, cogs. I want to have the circles. So what makes them have such dark shadows is that makeup is part of like a stage act that they are in. Are they in a traveling group that tours the steampunk world entertaining people? Or is this how they just look every day? For our typography, I would like to find a quote that has something with the word mysterious or mystery in it. So I'm going to do a little hunting around online, and then I'll be back with you shortly. After looking at Goodreads, they had a list of quotes that have mysterious or about mysterious things. I found one that is beautiful, and it's a little bit longer than I had first anticipated, but I had an idea. So this is a quote from Albert Einstein, and he says, "The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and all science. He to whom this emotion is a stranger, who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead. His eyes are closed." What I thought of was taking this paper and typing something up on my computer and then running this paper through the printer, so we have this interesting background underneath the quote. Then we'll have the typography, something, you know, words, text typed and such, and so on. So I'm gonna go do a little bit of playing around on the computer, and I will be back shortly. All right. I printed it did not like how it sat on the paper there, and then I turned the paper around and sent it through the printer again, and it came out crooked, but I kind of like the background here, so we're gonna use it. Do I want to tear around it, cut around it? It is, shoot, is it too wide? Dang it! Okay, let's see what I can do about this. Yeah, it is a teeny tiny bit wide, so what we need to do is just let it hang off of the end. We'll do a little bit of like ink or something on the back here, but I want to cut it down a little bit more. I'm too scared to tear around it, so we're gonna use the scissors. Okay, I like that. Since this is gonna hang off anyway, maybe we should just punch a little hole here and hang a charm or something. What do we want to hang here? I have some Halloween kind of charms. There are a lot, mostly silver. I have some black and white little skull beads, and then I have some butterflies that have a bit of gold on them, as well as skulls. I kind of like the idea of just hooking a little butterfly on there. And maybe that can be part of our mystery. I'll get a bulb pin out. This mysterious person that we've been wondering about, another addition to the mystery of their story is that they have a pet butterfly that follows them around wherever they go, rides on their hat. So usually the butterfly would be up here on the hat, but right now they're dangling here. Let's take a look. So we've got our quote here for the typography. We've got our butterfly charm. And there's our lovely mysterious person. So that brings an end to day 30. Only one more day. Oh, where has the time gone? I hope you guys are enjoying. I'll be back in just a few moments for you with day 31. Last day, new candle. Well, not really new candle. We used this a bit last year, but we haven't used it yet this year. Here we go for day 31. And look at this. This candle lights up when lit. I love it so much. All right, we're gonna pop it off to the side here, and let's go to the advent calendar to get our final set of prompts. Ah! Okay, Halloween word, trick or treat. Orange junk journaling word, ledger. And green tool or supply, ink pad. Okay, I have some ledger paper in the craft room, so I'm gonna pop in there and get some of that and maybe do a little dig through the stash and look for trick or treat kind of things. And I will be back with you soon. I have a large book of ledger paper, and I opened it, and the paper is much more white than I had remembered. And I found this piece of scrapbook paper that is ledger style that's a little bit more creamy and off-white, so I liked that better. We're going with this. I have two little trick-or-treating ghosts. I've been waiting ever so patiently for their turn to appear in a Craftoween spread, so maybe we'll use one or more of these. And I just grabbed some other elements here. I've got some paper that we maybe can do something with. And I grabbed a bunch of Luise's little Halloween people. I don't know if we'll use these at all, but I thought, you know what? I haven't used very many of these this year. Let's see if we can think of something. So I wonder if we should make something that flips out, or is an accordion thing of some kind, or I don't know, something kind of a little bit more than just covering a page. Let's see. A teeny tiny bit of the little, the color from this page behind is going to show through. Now, if you're upset that this page is getting covered, my apologies. Don't worry. I can print another one of these and these little jack-o'-lantern faces or whatever can live again if I decide I want to do more work in the journal. So it will be okay. Okay, I'm glad I covered that side instead of this side because I really want to use both of our ghosties and really let the color on their little pages, their trick-or-treat buckets and stuff stand out without clashing. So we're gonna do something to create like journal cards or tags to put in pockets here. And we will use more ledger paper to create the pockets. So I need to measure the width. Here's the plan. This ghosty trick-or-treater, look how cute. All right, we're just going to simply put them on some glittery black paper. The other card though, we're gonna have some fun with embellishing, and I thought it might be nice to have one simple one and one more complicated one. So let's start by gluing this down and then we'll trim off the extra glittery paper. And then the other one will be peeking up out of the higher pocket, or vice versa. We might decide to move that one to the back one later. But for now, that will stay there. And all right, so for this ghosty, we'll start with some paper scraps, and I want to cut a tag in the size that we need, and then we'll add the ghost and some collaging maybe and stuff. Can you see the orange glitter? Oh, maybe it's not showing up, but there's some little orange glitter falling off of some things onto the paper. It won't hurt. We might end up fussy cutting around him. We will see. Some of the scraps I have are more glittery paper, shiny polka dots, some more ledger paper with script on it, and there's some flowers. I think we should definitely use at least a piece of that. Bats. I've got some of this dyed paper. You might use some shiny, more shiny paper. We have this turtle, the orange flower here. Might be nice. This is from Luise Heinzl's kit, Raggedy Turtle Blooms. This is actually the freebie piece that she had for, you could get for free. I have some other bits and pieces. I don't know if I'll end up using any of these, but I have these little confettis with acorns, pumpkins, and leaves. I have some stars. We could paint a star or two or something. You can see I'm like trying to use more elements because it's our last day. Let's actually start by fussy cutting around this ghost because I really think we're gonna end up doing that anyway, so we might as well start now. Okay, I didn't do as much as I thought I was going to originally, but that's probably good for the sake of bulk. Few pieces to collage, and then we glued down our ghosty friend, and I took some gilding wax stuff. This is iced espresso. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It's kind of a dark gold color. Just went around the edges of that. So now the question is, does this guy go in the back pocket? Well, he'll have to because he's longer than the guy with the glittery. We're gonna let him poke up out of there just a little bit. It looks a little bit funny with the two ghost heads lined up, so I'm gonna try to scoot this over to the left a little bit. Oh, they're more lined up now. What if we go like this? Okay, they're a little bit offset now. I think we do need to do a little bit of something on the front of this pocket here. Why are you? Okay, stay there. Stay there. I have a stamp that says trick or treat, and since that was part of our prompt, I think we should use that. I would like to stamp it in carved pumpkin because we have a bit of orange here and there on the page. We have this lovely orange color here. Okay, the bottom of the E didn't stamp very well, so I'm going to see if I can fudge something here. I'm going to take a very small paintbrush and see if I can just get... Oh. Okay, it's enough it looks like an E now, so we're going to leave it alone. There we go, trick or treat. Oh, that looks cute. So when this small page closes, we can still see the trick or treat. fun, fun, fun. Is that it? Or do I need something more here? I don't want to overdo it. No, we're calling this good. So there are still some pages that I need to work on in here in order to completely fill up the journal and such. But in terms of our 31 prompts for Craftoween, we're done. I am going to do a final flip through and we'll do something with the cover later in November. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to give me your cover suggestions I asked for in the days 26 to 29 video, but I'm going to ask again in this one as well. I am not sure what to do on this cover. So if you have any brilliant ideas, please don't be afraid to offer suggestions in the comments of either this one or the days 26 to 29 video, and I will look through those and see what I can make work. So that's going to be it for now. Thank you so, so much to everyone who has watched, and especially those who've taken the time to leave a like or a comment, even if it was just a Halloween emoji or a smiley face or something. It really means a lot when people take that extra moment to engage with my content. And we'll see you in November with some more bookish and crafting content. And yeah, for now, have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, or journaling. Adios.